And David Aldridge is...
Well, guys, you remember that...
it's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, D.A. Clark, plenty of speed and explosiveness on display tonight. When you widen your lens a little bit, how do you think athleticism in this league has changed throughout the years?
Well, it has grown exponentially, Kevin. When you think about the advanced training methods, the knowledge around nutrition and rest and strength training, so beneficial to the athleticism that we see in the league. As a matter of fact, I question whether or not I would be able to play in this day and age based on the athleticism I had back in the 80s. I would have to really embrace that fitness and strength training to another level to play today.
Oh, I think you would have played in any era and been just fine.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm not so sure, though. These guys get after it. They're bigger, faster, and stronger than any players of any era to date.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Celtics. Irving at point with Brown to his side. They're the backcourt. Tatum and Hayward holding down the forward spots. And it's Horford in at the 5 roaming the paint.
Well, you got to shut these lanes off because Kuzma relishes the opportunity to finish around the rim.
Irving against Rondo. Passes it to Horford. A rebound by the Lakers.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Lakers.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And really no better leader in the NBA than LeBron. The closest thing to a player coach we've had in a long time.
And Clark, a lot of great names to choose from, but who would you pick for your greatest Laker ever?
Wow, that's always tough when you have such a robust list, Kevin. I always start with Kareem whenever he's in the conversation because that guy was my idol as I grew up watching the game. So Kareem is there, Magic, Wilt, Shaq, Elgin, and Jerry West, and Kobe. That's too many, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Some great names there, though, Clark. You're right. Hard to pick just one. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. For Boston, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Here's Hayward. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And maybe that'll get them going. They need to find a rhythm.
Yeah, you know, good to see them finally find the bottom of the net because I think they got to build off of that. And I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit, too.
And it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Horford the pass to Hayward. 1:43 left to play here in the first. Outside Irving, 5 to shoot.
Hey, guys, just a little too nonchalant there. That's a couple turnovers here in the last few minutes, and those miscues can spell trouble.
You got to keep Kuzma in front of you, especially in transition. Once he gets behind you, it's done.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand pull punch.
Caldwell-Pope finds Rondo. Out to Kuzma. And Boston with the rebound. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, here's Brown. And the shot goes in.
I think that's where Brown is at his best, guys. He's a muscular athlete. Loves finishing strong through contact.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
Lakers leading by 4. Caruso kicks to Stevenson. Got that one up quick.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Irving dishes to Brown. Shoots from 12. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that. Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
Kuzma inside. Defended by Hayward. Bullock with it. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Caruso. Jacks up a 3. Kuzma can't get it to go. Here's Hayward. Banked in off the glass.
Boy, Brown not just a super athlete, folks, but he's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. Stolen by McGee. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 2. Live from the... The Celtics have shown their toughness and their determination. Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his own teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in...
They certainly do.
And the Celtics have assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. Really no better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen so far from...
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
And no doubt that the steal of the 2017 draft was Kyle Kuzma, taken 27th overall.
Hey, people get all hung up about where guys are drafted and how they end up playing either below or above their draft position. Hey, this thing is more art than science. We've seen it for decades. Guys fall, guys rise, and then production isn't commensurate with where they were drafted. Hey, more art than science. And Kuzma is a big-time baller. He just happened to be drafted later than he should have been.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's LeBron. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Tatum. Here's Hayward. And the Celtics can't hang on to the ball.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Now here's James. He has 6. Clark, there's so many versatile players in the NBA right now, and of course it aids in switching with guys having to guard multiple positions.
No doubt about it, partner. And you think about some of the highest quality defenders that are versatile. I mean, Draymond Green comes to the top of the list because he plays 1 through 5 many times. We didn't get to see a healthy Kawhi Leonard, but he's capable in that regard too. Paul George,
sure, former
Pacer, current Oklahoma City Thunder, is an excellent and versatile defender as well.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
Start it.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Bullets checked in. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Irving passes to Hayward. Great D that time from Davis.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Great look, but off the mark.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range. And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
LeBron, no good. Boston trailing. Tatum kicks to Hayward. Back to Tatum. Knocked loose and stolen by Kuzma. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the first half. Irving attacking. Hayward outside. Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Kicks it out to James. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And that's 11 points for LeBron.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
It's stolen by Rondo.
That's just sloppy. I mean, you can't lose control of the ball like that and let it get back across midcourt.
And they know that. I mean, maybe it's a mistake that'll sharpen their focus a little bit going forward.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with, and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the third quarter.
And he knocks down the first one.
Kyle Kuzma is a guy who burst on the scene during his rookie year and is a fun player to watch. He's a guy that really has an outstanding all-around game.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Well, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Wants to get it to Rondo and does. To the paint. Outside for Caldwell-Pope. Here's Kuzma. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Kuzma excellent at using his height and touch to perfection. Very confident player.
Pass to Hayward. There's the three. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game. And really, it's about getting the call right.
Yeah, and the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing up the footage for the officials on the floor. The new process is making for quicker turnarounds, I think.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hand.
Yeah, and even if they don't show it, I know the refs are proud of themselves after a replay proves them right.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Lakers lead by 5. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille. Kyle Kuzma had no problems getting going. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at...
And that's going to do it for us here.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, Kyle Kuzma displaying his skills today.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
On the court for the Celtics, Tatum and Hayward holding down the forward spots. Irving at point with Brown to his side. There at the backcourt. And it's Horford in at the 5 down low. Davis with the bucket.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Lakers leading by 5. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. LeBron, no luck. Hayward, the bounce pass. Irving for 3. The offensive rebound. Horford. The kick out to Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Hayward can hit.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
James finds Rondo. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. Mark, when you played some tremendous talent at the forward position, as you go back in your Rolodex, who was the toughest matchup for you?
Well, I look at some of the names of guys that I played against. Mark Aguirre, Larry Bird, obviously Kevin McHale in Boston. Calvin Nat was terrific with Portland at the time. Marcus Johnson in Milwaukee. Bernard King in New York probably was the toughest guy I had to deal with because he was such an animal and beast as a scorer and was relentless in his movement without the ball. He was probably the hardest guy I had to check.
Well, some great names there.
Yeah, big-time scores at that forward position.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And now Horford pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
It's Davis with the drop. And Davis throws it down.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
Irving passes to Hayward. And stolen by Kuzma. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They get it back. Davis with some nice D.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And the Lakers making a change here. Caruso's checked in. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. To the inside. Davis. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got his 5th assist in this one.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Rozier. We've got 1:13 left here in the third quarter, and it's the Lakers' ball. They're on a 13-5 run.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
Now LeBron. He's got 16. Here's Davis. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Celtics trail by 13. Here's Smart. The second chance effort. Banked in off the glass.
Well, I like watching him get after it on the glass now, staying active, and usually that leads to good things.
LeBron kicks to Davis. The shot comes out. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And the wide open shot from Morris. And it's Rozier missing. And it's Davis with the ball for Los Angeles. And LeBron throws it down.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Boston shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Here's Caldwell Pope. And here is Davis. The wide open look here for Kuzma. And that one falls coming off of Davis's speed. Kuzma's got 16.
The timing, the rhythm. Kuzma really does a nice job catching the defense off guard with those catch-and-shoot jumpers.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of... And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Caruso in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Stolen by Smart. Here's Tice. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
That free throw, no good. And some changes here for the Celtics. He doesn't get the second one.
And the charity stripe once again proving to be the Achilles heel for him. His free throws have been way off the mark.
And Brown is just so physically imposing. I mean, especially inside where he usually gets whatever he wants.
Deflects the pass and stolen by Horford. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. There's Brown with the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Timeout.
Brown's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Celtics. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And with the Tide running against him, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I listened in on what Luke Walton said to his team. Even though they're ahead, he said, hey, this lead isn't big enough, not by a long shot. I don't want to sit back and play this one out. I still need some aggression. Guys, back to you.
Celtics trail by 9. Irving looking over the floor, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
To the middle. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's LeBron. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Horford. Beyond the arc. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 8 rebounds in this game. Hayward against McGee. Now here's James. Guarded closely. 6 to shoot. Davis has the open look. Off target with his 3. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Such a wide open look.
And Tatum, Kevin, has been in these situations before. He's reliable when it comes to stepping up in big moments.
Here's Davis, and Davis throws it down.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly.
Either that, guys, or he wanted the photographers to get a good shot of it.
That doesn't go either for Davis. Celtics trail by 7 to the middle and stolen by James. With some arc, and that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 14 points here in the second half. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
It's tipped and stolen by Tatum. Here's Horford. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And I really like the uniqueness of Al Horford's game. I mean, he's a big man with a versatile skill set. He makes threes, he can score inside, he defends. He's a guy that is an inside-out matchup problem for most.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
Boy, I tell you, he's so good at scoring in a lot of different ways. Kuzma enjoys showing off the full repertoire of his game.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's the first, and that trims the lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
58 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And stolen by Horford. It's stolen by Davis. Here's LeBron. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now a 10-point Laker lead.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the right side. Here's Kuzma. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And the Lakers lead by 9.
It's plain and easy to see Kuzma has a solid jump shot. You've got to get out on him from there.
Here's Davis. No good on the triple. And the Celtics with possession here. Horford. The shot. No good. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. From deep. Hayward grabs the board. Here's Tatum. Off target with that shot. And so the Lakers take the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.